We're at the Vietnam Veterans Car Show in Bellingham, Washington, and we're looking forward to seeing all these beautiful cars, but there's a reason we're here. And Brent Wagoner is going to tell us all about it. He's with the Vet Center in Bellingham, Washington. Brent, how do you get involved in this?
Well, we are with the Bellingham Vet Center. I'm an outreach specialist. The Vet Center program was established in 1979, right after the Vietnam War, recognizing that a lot of the soldiers coming back from Vietnam were having readjustment issues, and were suffering from trauma from combat. So the Vet Center program started to help them deal with their PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. So we have counselors that provide counseling free to all those that are eligible for the program. We focus on that, traumatic brain injuries, military sexual trauma, and a lot of other issues. We also are a center for resources to help veterans out, such as yourself. And on an interesting note, this gentleman happened to be in the same unit that I served in MCB 40, the Fighting 40, which I think is fantastic. And we are here to promote our services to help veterans, and we also are suicide prevention awareness. And if you ever have any questions, you can Google the Vet Center program and look up our information, and we are here to help veterans.
And what is the website?
The website is BellinghamVetCenter.com.
And where are you located at?
We are up at 3800 Byron Avenue, which is where across from the old drive-in theater, and we are in the Lincoln Professional Center, Suite 124.
I look forward to talking to you soon.
Thank you, sir. It's good meeting you.
Pleasure.
Have a good day.
Fighting 40.
Fighting 40.
Can do.
That's awesome.
Talking to Dave Loomis and Ron Wilson about the Vietnam veterans, and we're here for that reason, aren't we?
Yes.
To support our veterans.
Yes,
correct?
we are.
How'd you get involved with it, Dave?
Well, when I retired, I moved back to Bellingham, and I've been here for the last since 2005. I was a deputy sheriff here years ago, and I moved back here when I retired. And I spent a lot of years in the military, 28 years.
What branch were you in?
I was in the Navy 4 years and the Army 24 years. I was a combat medic in Vietnam. And then I went in recruiting for the Army and did that for 15 years. And I moved up here and I became a member of the Vietnam Veterans. And I've been helping them ever since.
What were your duties in Vietnam?
As a combat medic?
Yes.
To help rescue people who got wounded, treat the injured, go into villages to help the sick and the injured in the villages, whatever was needed.
You're a very important man.
Well, I was to them.
Well, you still are.
Thank you.
How are we helping the veterans?
Well, we do a lot of things. He goes out and builds wheelchair ramps for the ones that need them.
Ron Wilson? Okay.
Yes, he does.
Hello, young lady.
And last year, how many did you do? 13? 14 wheelchair ramps last year.
I got.
And let's say a veteran's in need of money to get back and forth to work, he's starting a new job, we help him out.
Good.
We had one come back here to die, from England, and his family had all passed away, and he found out he had cancer and was terminal, and he came back here to be buried in Bellingham. And he got into a motel room, waiting to get into hospice. And hospice, he had to wait for a couple of 3 weeks to get in there. And while he was waiting, the downtown veterans called me and asked me if we could help them. You know, because they couldn't. So we went over and paid his rent until he got into hospice.
You do a good thing, man. We need help every once in a while. So how many years has it been going on?
This is our 11th year.
Is there a website?
Yes, there is. It's
Hey, have Malcolm go.
Chapter 165,
He's got his running shoes on.
Vietnam Veterans, Chapter 165.
Oh, so anyway.
And that'll get you right into it.
Excellent. Is there a Facebook page?
What's
A
that?
Facebook page?
Facebook? Yes, there is. And what do you know what the number is on that? Let me see if I got it. I might have it on there. Hold on a minute.
So Ron, I got a question for you. You're a Purple Heart.
Yes,
Tell us what happened, if you can.
You've got winded 3 times.
shot, I've been blown up, I've been run over. Spent 4 tours in Vietnam. Just doing my job.
Were you Army, Navy?
Army,
Uh-huh.
22 years. Special Forces.
Okay, here's the websites. VVA.gov, VVA165@gmail.com, and www.vva165.org organization. Those will all get you into us.
Well, thank you, Dave. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, sir.
Talking to Ward Crutcher about his beautiful Packard. When did you get this, Ward?
In about 1970, unrestored Packard.
And where was it for sale at? Where'd you get it? A garage, a car lot?
Oh, it was coming up at an estate sale. And my brother heard about it, and he got it, and then he was going to turn around and sell it. And I looked at it, and I had to have a Packard, so I bought the Packard with a lot of work and money, and this is what is. And I've owned it restored for about 40 years.
Was it a lot of work to restore, Ward?
Yeah, I do all of my own work except for the plating and the machine work. Everything else I do.
Was it running when you got it, Ward?
Oh yes. But a lot of dents and straightening of the body and new upholstery and top and what have
You know what's striking is the back seat.
you. Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful? Did you do a lot of work back there?
Well, just upholstery. Most all the wood in the car was good, which
Excellent.
is solid. Which on old cars, it's all got a wood framework for the body, in the doors and the rest of the body. And most of the time in this weather, if it's been outside, the dry rot is going to get to the wood, and then next thing you know, there's going to be holes in the body. But this was, everything was dry, and the sheet metal was perfect.
And how long is it
140-inch wheelbase.
from hub to hub? How about a garage? Is it hard to get it in the garage? You have a big.
No, I got a good-sized garage. I don't have to worry about getting it in. But
Uh-huh.
it isn't like driving these new cars that's easy to turn and what have you. This is like driving a big truck. No power steering, no power anything.
What are the knobs on the steering wheel?
One knob on the right is the accelerator. In case you wanted to speed up the RPM, you could do it by hand, which you never use. The other knob on the other side is for the lights, the headlights. And also, that's your knob for lowering the headlights from high beam to low beam.
Oh.
It's all done by hand.
How big are the wheels? The wheels look huge.
Well, they're 19-inch wheels.
Big white walls.
Yeah. Well, you can still buy that stuff today.
How fast do you drive it? Have you ever driven it pretty fast?
Well, you could drive at average speed 50,
Uh-huh.
you know. Then you can go faster than that. if you really wanted to push it. But when they get that old, there's no use over speeding them.
How about the engine? How big is the engine? Because it's a long straight, isn't it?
It's a straight 8. Straight 8 engine. It's the only way the Packard made their 8s was straight 8s. And it's what they call a Super 8. That's the biggest 8 they made for Packards. And later years they made V12. But the 8s were the most popular one on the market during them 30s.
Well, it's a beautiful car, Ward. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Steve and George, we're here to talk about saving a historic resource. What's going on?
Okay, so we're here at the VVA's, the Vietnam Veteran America 11th Annual Car Show, and I have a table set up here to let people in Whatcom County know about the Northwest Annex Building here at the corner of Northwest and Smith Road. This is the county planning building currently. It has a long history in Whatcom County as the old county hospital. It was built in 1800s. It was originally one of the many poor farms. It's probably the last in existence poor farm, and there's nothing wrong with this building. They wish to tear it down, and they want to put it around a $50 million structure just for a few people to work out. There's only about 15 county workers that work in this facility. We wish to not see this building destroyed. It's got historical significance to it. With that, if and when we do that, our intention is to try to get some of this area as services for veteran in the Whatcom County.
Good.
Whatcom County has veteran services that are spread all over Whatcom County. This is centrally located. It even has a bus line, a bus stop right in the parking lot. There's all kinds of handicap access and whatever else. There's a fraction of this building being used at the current time by the county employees. There's no reason that county couldn't let amount of this building be used for veteran services.
Is there a website we can go to get more information and maybe donate?
Yes, currently that is vetsmemorialcenter.com. It's part of the Vietnam Veterans of America sponsor, because we feel very strongly about that. There's also numerous American Legions in the Whatcom County, and the VFW is also on board with us. I'm just trying to get the word out because most of the people that we discuss this with, they've never heard about it before. So we're trying to get the word out and educate the public as this building should be restored, if anything else, rather than tore down. It just had about $50 million or $5 million invested into it in the last 10 years. Don't hold me on that, somewhere around there, but it's had money put into it. It's not like it still just needs it. It could use a little loving care, but it's sound as the day it was built. And it's probably the last poor farm in existence. So with that, it's the only example of what we have. It also encompasses the poor farm, all those ball fields along Smith Road, the soccer field, up to where it turns in to go to the county maintenance yard. All that whole area there is the old poor farm, that whole land area there.
What is a poor farm?
Poor farm was established way back in the teens and 1890s for people to farm and almost like sharecrop, where they could take and work their labors and then get something back from it. And with that, today they kind of call it welfare, but back then you had to work for it. Now you just cut you a check. Back then, to get that welfare, you had to put in to get out.
Got it.
Okay, that's what a poor farmer was.
Didn't know that. I've never heard that before.
So, in about the late 20s, it also had a lot of indigenous Indian patients there as Indian hospital, at least a significant part of it, because there were more Indian on the books than there was non-Indians.
I didn't know they did.
And then after that, it was a county hospital all the way till 1966 or so. It was there. There's just so much significance in history. There's so many people that I've talked to about this petition. They said, you know what? You don't have to tell me any more about it. I was born there.
Good.
Or so and so was born there. And I'm like, wow, really? You know. So anyhow, that's what we're doing. That's what we're about.
And then go to www.veteranmemorialcenter.com for more information.
You betcha.
Thank you, Stephen, so much.
Or come by and you can get any information from us. I'm the Washington State President of the Associates of the Vietnam Veterans of America, and you can go to Washington State AVVA at gmail.com and email me, and I'll kick you down whatever information you want.
Thank you, Stephen. Thanks so much.
Thanks
for your help.
Thank you.